Hello, everybody. Kimberly Mascapape here. How are you guys? Talking today about your purpose and then knowing you have a purpose and not knowing what to do with that purpose. And I've heard this so many times. I was just speaking with someone the other day who just enrolled into spiritual biz coaching, and they have this like gnawing thing in their gut, and they know they're supposed to be doing something. They know they're supposed to be out there serving with their gifts, but they have no idea what those gifts are. And this is probably one of the most common things that I hear, especially for those of you that are in my spiritual biz success group. You're new, you might even be newly awakened, which is really exciting to be in that newly awakened phase. And now that you're awake, you're like, I know I have a purpose and I know I'm supposed to be doing something greater than this, whatever this happens to be, but you don't know what to do or how to get there. And if you guys are feeling that way, feel free to post something in the comments, but I see that a lot. So you've awakened, and now what? And three, is not connecting with you at all. I'm going to take a wild guess. Whatever kind of 9 to 5 job that you have, or whatever the hours are that you're working, sometimes it's longer than that. Could be in the corporate world. Like, it just doesn't feel right anymore. Your job does not feel right. And you know that you've got this purpose, but you have no idea what to do with it. So how do we discover our purpose? So one of the things that I take my clients through in Spiritual Biz Coaching and Spiritual Biz Bootcamp is really discovering who's your tribe, what is your purpose, like who are you going to talk to, and what are your gifts? And it's really about uncovering your awakening process. So your clients will always be tied back to your awakening process. And so when you can look at your awakening process, that gives you an inkling of what you know you're going to be teaching. Hands down, always the case. Very rarely. Usually, if I'm working with someone who's a channel, that might be a little bit different, but even then, it usually isn't. So if you are trying to figure out what your purpose is, or how do you take that purpose and turn it into a business, then that's what you have to look at and kind of sort of begin to look at your own awakening experience, because your own awakening experience is the reason why you've gone through it. The blood, the sweat, the tears, everything that goes on when we awaken, right? Because people like to think about, oh, I'm going to awaken, it's going to be beautiful. And we all know, those of us who've been through the process, it's not pretty. And so all the blood, sweat, and tears that you've gone through your awakening process is really, it's happened so that you can take that experience and show others how to transcend that experience. That's really what it is at the end of the day. But I know that feeling because I hear it all the time when people are like, I have this gnawing thing in my gut about how I have a greater purpose and you don't know what to do. And I totally get it. And again, I hear this all the time. And so it's about that first going in. And then really it's about discovering your awakening process so that you can see it clearly, and then learning how to be an amazing spiritual coach. Because when you're a spiritual coach, you can truly transform somebody's life. And so that's the thing that I think holds people back, is that they know they have this gift. They know that you've awakened and you have something to do that's greater, a greater purpose, but you don't know how to get it out there. And you don't know how to get it out there because you're like, I know I have this information, but what am I going to do? And I even have had some clients lately in my boot camp that are like, I've got all this information, but how do I actually coach? And I think that's the biggest missing piece, is because you don't know how you're going to convey that information to other people. You don't know how to share that with them, that you go, now what? Like, what do I do with all this information? And you know what happens is we end up teaching the information. And when we teach information, we're pushing information. And when we push information to someone, they may not want the information. They may be like, yeah, that's not what I want. That happens with our families all the time, doesn't it? We awaken and we try to tell our families all the stuff that we've learned and they have no idea. And it feels like we're pushing information on them. That's not what we want. And so we want to make sure that we know how to coach so that you can have transformational results with your clients. And I think that's the missing piece, is that when people don't know how to convey their awakening experience to others, you're like, how am I going to teach this? How am I going to show people how they can transform their lives as well? And that's where we come in. That's where Spiritual Biz Coaching comes in. So I've just launched a Spiritual Biz Coaching certification program so you can be certified as a spiritual coach. There is no standard for spiritual coaches out there, and having taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of spiritual coaches around the world, I can see what is needed. And so we've created a Spiritual Biz Coaching certification program that will help you get super clear on what your gifts are and how to teach them, how to become an outstanding spiritual coach so that you're shifting consciousness for your clients. We've even created a shifting consciousness coaching method that we teach you so that you can actually know how to convey the information to your clients and get them transformational results, which then gets you more clients, because every time you transform someone and they have an amazing outcome, then they're like, I'm going to refer you to people, or they're going to come back to you for other things. So I see the missing piece in this, knowing that you have this gift that you have to share with the world, is that how do you get it out there? And that how is by becoming an amazing and outstanding spiritual coach and knowing how to transform your clients' lives. And again, that's where spiritual biz coaching comes in. That's what we've created to show you that whole process so you can get clients and create a real business that's bringing you income using your gifts. How amazing would that be? So that where you are in control of your income, you're able to work from home, and you can transform lives using your gifts and have abundance flowing in. Like, that's just like the coolest thing ever. So I'm going to post a link up above. Private message me if you guys want more information, and I will see you guys in the next video. There's a comment. Hey, Nathy, how are you? The evolution of your business coaching process, that is for sure. Nathy is a mastery client of mine doing amazing stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up from here. Again, if that's the thing, you've got this knowing that you have a greater purpose and you have no idea how to get it out there. The key is to know how to be an outstanding spiritual coach and get life-changing results for your clients. And that's what the Spiritual Biz Coaching Certification Program is all about. I'll post a link or private message me if you want more information. Talk to you guys soon.